What's up, everybody? Zach here with the NerdCave. It is Tuesday. We're going to work. Hope everyone's doing well. Let me know how you are down in the comments below. I actually started this and then my phone was like, you know what? We're going to close. So, guys, hope y'all are doing well. Tonight we got an awesome stream. We're playing Princess Peach Showtime. I've been enjoying the game. The game's pretty easy, but it's got some really creative parts in it, with the different costumes, the designs of the levels, the different things can happen in the levels, especially like the ninja one. I was really impressed with the ninja one, with the, different camouflages from hiding in the bushes and like putting up like grass, like cutouts or whatever, or hiding on a wall and like holding up a sheet. Like super cool things. The figure skating one was pretty fun. The baking one was interesting. That one's probably the most difficult, like the mini game that was in that. Like decorating the cakes was probably the most difficult part of the game so far. But we're going to be playing that tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to start with the Thief tonight, which I am excited to jump into that. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. As a thief, I'm not sure how we're setting that up, but got a lot more rooms to explore, some more bosses to defeat. So I am really enjoying the game. It is very easy. It is more of like a casual game. You can sit down and play a few levels, which I think is fine. The price is a little bit steep, in my opinion, for the game. If it was like $40, totally worth it. I think a $40 game would be worth it, because some parts have the polish of a lot of other Nintendo properties with, the quality of the graphics and everything. But like in the main rooms, I feel like the graphics are a little bit less than what they should be. On like stage and everything, I think it's pretty solid. Not on the level of Odyssey, to be honest, or Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. But still a good game. I'm enjoying it. It's something just kind of relax and play a bunch of levels. And if you've got kids, I think it is definitely worth the investment, because they're going to have a ton of fun playing it, trying to get the stars, the hidden stars that are in there. So there's a lot of cool things. I am curious what the basement levels are going to be like, if they get any more challenging, which I highly doubt it, because the gameplay is literally two buttons. One's jump and one's an action. So not super complex, but it is a ton of fun to jump into and enjoy. So we're going to be playing that tonight. Over the weekend, I jumped into Sea of Stars. Guys, I am literally at the final boss, and it prompted us like, hey, this is the final boss. This is the last thing. You want to go and explore more. Now's the time to do it before you go play this. So I don't know if there's like an end game where you can go around and do more things. I highly doubt it, just because there's not a lot to do past that. So I started going around. There's essentially like these doors that are locked until later on, and you don't get the ability to get to them until you get to this part of the game. So I've been going around unlocking those and just trying to get the different armor, the different things that are going on in there. I don't want to give away anything. I did get a new ability, a combo ability, which I am excited to try out in the game. So finally get to see that, because the two main characters only have one combo ability. Yeah, one. And it's like, okay, it would be nice to see them like cooperate a little bit more within the combat with combos and everything. So finally got one of those. Hopefully it'll be more powerful, because the one that we got is literally the first combo you get in the game, and it is super basic. But enjoying it. Finally on the very end of the game, it has had some really great twists and turns, and I am looking forward to finally putting a wrap on this. It has been a fantastic game, and I have been loving every minute of it, because it's one of those games that's like you look forward to playing, and I am really looking forward to trying to get in and play more games like this, because it is one of those things, as I slowly work my way into traffic here, it's one of those things that's like, how many games like this have I missed? I know Chrono Trigger is apparently like this. So if y'all know any RPGs that are like Sea of Stars, I'm not necessarily talking about combat, but have a really good story, let me know, because I am very, very interested. I know some people are going like, Final Fantasy. I'm willing to try Final Fantasy and everything. I know 7 has got the remake and all of that. And it's not necessarily just the style. Like, I'm looking for some, like, good stories. Because, like, after playing Diablo, which I enjoyed Diablo 4, I think it took a lot more time than I thought it was going to take away from me. But I enjoyed Diablo 4. I have enjoyed Helldivers 2 as well. But it's one of those things, it's like, I want a story. And I know you're going to say Diablo 4 has a story, and it does. And everybody is like, it's like combative driving day on the way to work. So we're just going to mosey on up. But back to stories and everything, like, I'm just looking for something that isn't super grindy, because Diablo is super grindy. And like, I put a ton of time into that game and still haven't beat the final boss, Lilith and everything. We're 3 seasons into the game so far, and I haven't went back. I don't know if I will go back. The only way I will is like if I have more people to play with, and that's the problem, is like I don't have more people to play with right now. So it is what it is. I don't know if I'll go back to that. Helldivers 2, some interesting things that they've added. We've apparently eradicated the automatons off the map. Highly doubt that. And if we did, then we're about to get a new enemy, because, there's been a lot of hints and rumors with their creators, the Illuminate and everything. So there's some cool things going there, but it feels like a slog and a grind. And again, I know you're a cog in the wheel of democracy and this war effort and everything, and that's supposed to be part of it. But not playing with a ton of people that I know, it got a little bit boring on that aspect. Because like every time I'd go play, nobody was on that I knew. So it would be just me teaming up with a bunch of randos, which is alright. It's usually pretty good, but it's not as fun, getting with 1, 2, 3 people that you know and just squatting up and playing for a few hours and just hanging out. That's always a ton of fun. So I'm just kind of focused on some games that have good stories, that are fun. We've got some stuff coming out. We've got some things that I want to go back and play that I never got to. So a lot of cool things going on there. Over the weekend, we finished Spy Family Season 2, which is very interesting because we only got 12 episodes of Spy Family Season 2. And a good chunk of the season was very story-centric, on a mission and everything, which you're always on a mission with Spy Family, technically. But we had a larger mission that really explored yours relationship with her work. If you know, you know. And it was really cool to finally see her get some more character development, her story pushed forward, because in season 1 that really wasn't the case. But we get to the end of the 12 episodes and it doesn't feel like it's gone a huge way. There's some cool developments that do happen, But apparently, and I've been seeing ads for this, they're putting out a movie on the 19th in theaters. I'm sure it will come to Crunchyroll as well because they're the ones putting in theaters for a Spy Family movie, which essentially finishes up season 2. So I'm debating on watching it in theaters, so I don't know yet, but it is a possibility that me and Amy go watch it, as long as they've got the dub, because Amy is not watching sub. So I don't know if they've got the dub version. I gotta look into that. So that's, but if I go watch this, I have a colleague, work friend, Nick. He's the Mario Kart dude. If y'all have been around long enough, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. He's also the guy that wrote the music that we play at the beginning of the streams and everything. So Nick has been hounding me and wanting me to go watch Dune 2. And I want to go watch Dune 2. Like, there's nothing there's nothing keeping me from going to watch Dune 2 other than time and money. More of, I know Nick is going to be like, well, I offered you $30 to go watch it in IMAX. I feel like it's more of like priority. It's not something that's like high on my priority list. But I do want to go watch it. And if y'all watch Dune 2, y'all let me know what'd you think about it. Nick is like banging the drum that it is the best movie ever made. And I don't know if I necessarily will think that, but that's okay. But eventually I'll watch Dune 2. But if I go watch Spy Family, I think it's Spy Family White is the like code name or whatever of the mission. If I go watch that in theaters over watching Dune 2, Nick is gonna lose his mind, y'all. Like, Nick is gonna absolutely lose his mind, which will be kind of funny in a way. But so I've got to watch Dune 2, I feel, before I can go watch Spy Family White in theaters. At the same time, like, I'm fine with just watching it once it comes out on Crunchyroll. It's like not that big of a deal. I'm also kind of like, I'd rather just watch Dune 2 at home so I can pause it at any time. I don't know, like the IMAX thing. Like, I like going to the theater. I just hate all the time that it takes, you know, buying the tickets, waiting in line, going into the theater. And I know like general admission is not necessarily a thing anymore. You buy your seats, which is nice or whatever. So you kind of get a guaranteed of like where you're going to sit. But it's like all of that. And then the previews, like I don't care anything about the previews anymore because we get trailers way before that. So it's just like, all right, this is a lot to do this. And then it's like a 2.5, 3 hour movie, which again, I want to watch it. I really want to watch this movie, but I feel like it's a huge time commitment. Nick is going to be shaking his head at me, I know. But, so that's where we're at with like movies and everything. We also have been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I got a complaint, guys. I got a complaint here. I hate when Netflix only gets like a limited amount of seasons of a show and then puts it out. Because Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you get 4 seasons and you get sucked in. You get sucked in so hard to the show, the characters, and where they leave you in the story is a huge, huge cliffhanger. And if you've never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like, yes, it is a comedy show and it does it really, really well, but there are actually like plots, you know, a good comedy show, there are plots that are weaved within and all of that. So this major plot happens and it ends, and there is no more episodes because they only got 4 out of the 8 seasons that are of the show. And I'm like, is this Netflix being cheap? Is this Netflix being cheap? But again, it's like, is this Peacock's ploy to get people invested into Brooklyn Nine-Nine and then get them to go and buy a subscription to Peacock. That's what I feel. And because WrestleMania was this past weekend, there's no free trial for Peacock because, again, it was WrestleMania weekend. So it was like, all right, they're not going to give anything away for free right now. So we got Peacock. We're watching it. We're already several episodes into season 5. But man, is that annoying. And Yu Yu Hakusho only has 2 of the 4 seasons. Again, 4 seasons not great of Yu Yu Hakusho, but the 3rd season is really solid, as we talked about on Eat Sleep Anime. But it's like, why are y'all just getting like half of shows at this point? Are you just like trying to push people to other platforms? Because that's what it felt like. It was like, all right, you got into this, now you gotta go watch it over on Peacock. And I'm like, it's very strange. I don't know why, but it is what it is on that. So yeah, weekend was great though. Amy and I went to a very large book sale downtown, which was really, really cool because the book sale is through this bookstore called Open Books, and every book that you buy, they send books into the prisons for inmates to read, which is really cool to like be able to provide that, because our prison system is not the greatest. I don't know any prison system that's necessarily great, but a lot of it is for profit. But that's a mountain hill I don't want to get on today. So really, really cool. But they were doing a $1 book sale, and they had a ton of books. Unfortunately, the fantasy sci-fi section was like really, really picked over because they did Friday and then they did Saturday. But we got a ton of cool things. Amy's going to be doing a book haul over on her channel, probably as a short. She might do a longer one. I'm not 100% sure, but go check that out. But we got a lot of cool books. We got almost not a whole set, but a large set of illustrated classics that were in like pristine condition. So that was super, super dope. Got a lot of cool things in there. And then we went around town and found all the little libraries. Not all of them, but we went and visited 20 little libraries on Saturday, because like we got to the point, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It felt amazing outside, and it was like, why go home and sit inside when it's a beautiful day? And Amy'd been wanting to film this video for quite some time, like months at this point. And it was like, this is the perfect time. We don't have anything else planned. It's beautiful outside, perfect weather. We're not going to be dying in the heat. So let's do this. So we visited 20 little libraries. And if you don't know what a little library is, you've probably seen them in your neighborhood. They're all over the place, all over the U.S. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but they're essentially boxes that people put in their yard or community centers or parks, and people leave books in there, and you can get one, but you have to put one in there. So it's just a way for people to share books, especially where people might not be able to afford buying books. It's just a way to get like books and literature into people's hands. So really, really cool. And they're usually pretty unique because a lot of people build their own. And then Little Library has actually started selling kits where you can build your own. It kind of looks like 3D printed almost in some ways. So really, really cool. We hit 20 of those, which was, some of them were busts, some of them weren't. But it was really, it was a lot of fun, just like on an adventure, like finding these. We found some really, really cool stuff. I'm not going to give away what we found because Amy's making a video and y'all should go check it out. But it was a lot of fun just going and spending the afternoon searching for these things. And a little quick aside, we went to McDonald's and we got some drinks and a large fry, because I was wanting a large fry. And I was like, oh, we'll just talk while we, eat and drink or whatever. So we go for like 15 minutes. And I had set up the phone, and it was like facing backwards. It's not doing this because this is just the front facing cam for these videos. So, we're just talking. And then it was like, okay, we're, ready to go look at this next little library. So I pull the phone and I look, and it was not recording after like the first 15 seconds. And it was like, yeah, I do this for a living. But it still turned out well. We had a good time, and I'm looking forward to that video coming out. Amy is working on it. It'll be a few weeks, but I think it's going to be really, really good, and I think you will all enjoy it. But tonight we've got the stream, 7:30 p.m. We're going to be playing Princess Peach Showtime. We're going to be jumping into that. Tomorrow is NerdCave News. We did move it to Wednesdays at 7 o'clock p.m. For the foreseeable future. We're kind of working with Derek's schedule and everything. He's moving around within Publix, moving up and all of that, getting more responsibilities. So it is kind of a weird period of time. But right now we're on Wednesdays, and hopefully we'll stay on Wednesdays for a little while. And then if we have to change, we'll figure something out. But that's where we're at tonight. Princess Peach Showtime. Tomorrow is NerdCave News. If you haven't already, I'm plugging this because I think people should go watch it. You should go check out Eat, Sleep, Anime. It is our anime show that Derek and I have done. We're doing one per quarter. So go check out the episode. It is really, really good. I think you will enjoy it if you like anime. A lot of cool topics that we dive into for that episode. We'll be doing one at the end of June. So it is a really, really cool time. And I'm going to New Orleans at the beginning of May, which I'm stoked for, because I have convinced my boss, because New Orleans Jazz Fest is at the same time as this convention, but I've convinced my boss, because he's a huge Foo Fighters fan, to go see Foo Fighters on the first night at this convention before it actually starts. But yeah, we're going to go watch Foo Fighters the first night there, which I am excited for because I've never seen Foo Fighters and I love the Foo Fighters. So guys, there is the driving vlog thing. I haven't come up with a name with it, but I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I love y'all, and I will see you all tonight. I'm playing some Princess Peach Showtime.